in P3 Blue in Green Hill Primary School, Boate. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Karen Joel from Green High School, like that school there. I hope you learn a lot from our panel discussion.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Okrud Martin Kingsley, and we are going to have a panel discussion. Hope you enjoy and learn from it.
Thank you so much. So the first question is, what is creative computing? Who wants to answer it? Think, panelist.
The way I think creative computing, like putting your ideas to work, making something out of your own ideas.
Thank you. So, can you share an example of a project you've worked on using creative computing tools?
I have worked on many projects, mainly on Scratch. Like I use the codes and I use the sprites.
Thank you so much. How does it compare to traditional ways of learning? Anyone else?
I think this helps in develop people to help them reason and make them solve problems and make them live better.
Thank you so much. And our other question is, what skills have you developed through creative computing?
Okay, according to our question, we're discovering the skills that you can develop through creative computing. So I don't know if everyone here understands what coding is. Do we all understand what it is? Yes, so coding is what helps us to develop all those games you see on the internet. You know those famous games, the Subway Surfers, the everything. That is with code. The games, the applications, WhatsApp, everything, that is with coding. So following this launch of Octo Studio, there are very many skills that one can acquire through creative computing. Skills like coding, problem solving, and teamwork. Because these people who create these apps and whatnot don't work alone. They have a big team behind them. So we get the chance to learn how to work as a team. So most of us may not be knowing how to interact with our friends and whatnot, but through coding, you learn how to work as a team. You get the coding skills, how to apply the code, how to make the app, everything, the background of everything. So you learn to solve a problem. These people who create apps and games and whatnot are solving a given problem. You can see maybe the problem might be boredom, the problem might be related to very many things, transport and whatnot. So there are very many skills one can get. So yeah, it can also help you in other subjects, not only in ICT only, even in your daily life. Trust me, if you start doing coding, you won't be thinking the same. Your brain will keep on thinking in a very intellectual way. Thank you.
Thank you. So, have you learned new skills like coding, problem solving, or teamwork? Okay. How do these skills help you in other subjects or outside school?
Yeah, as I said, so when you I'm going to give you like a very, very brief story about how these skills have actually helped me. So I also just started doing coding like you. I was invited for a seminar just like you guys are here. And I got that interest because I mean it's cool to know how to develop an app. So I said, okay, what does it take to do coding? So I started off by learning the skills in coding, and I was using the application called Scratch, if most of you know Scratch. So I used Scratch to develop an animation on something to do with agriculture, where the animation was like a short clip about about how you can run a farm, how to grow different crops. It was a very simple animation. But through this animation, the president of the country actually saw it and got interested, and he decided to help me to develop more on my skills. So these skills can take you places. If you start to learn how to code, you never know you can make an award-winning app. You never know you can make something very big. So it can help you in other subjects. Of course, you'll be thinking much more than when you weren't doing it.
Okay, thank you so much. So my other question is, what challenges have you faced while using creative computing tools? Another question.
Thank you. So they're asking us the challenges we have faced. First of all, the challenges we have faced using creative computing tools. Slow network. Creative computing tools, most of them need data to work, like Scratch. Like you saw how Solomon was trying to show that there was a problem. But now we have Octo Studio, which can be used offline. So no data is required and we can use it anytime. Mobile or computer, anything.
Thank you. So, was there something difficult about learning to code or using these tools?
Yes, there are some problems we face, especially us, the learners, like writing the scripts. Some of us don't know how to write scripts, that's why we have blocks. And then some of us take some time to understand. We are slow learners. We need more time to understand how to use these scripts and stuff.
Thank you. So, how did you overcome these challenges?
First of all, we have other online apps like YouTube, where we can search on how to code and stuff. We have friends who can help us. We have teachers who come to teach us about this stuff, and we learn many things. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, our first question is, if you could design a new creative computing project, what would it be?
I would design a robot that is going to help doctors in the hospitals transferring medicine from one ward to another. Because in Uganda, there is no year that goes down and the doctors are quarreling, they are all rioting that they are not being paid well. So this robot will help minimize the amount of money being sent to the doctors. So the other money will be sent to the doctors so that they don't quarrel, they don't riot. And this robot will be having sensors that will help it move. Yeah.
What kind of project would you love to work on next?
As I've said, a health robot that is going to help assisting in the health environment. And in one way or another, you can convert it and it will also be like a life assistant. Let me say like
Jumia, you send for some things from Jumia. Someone will will ride a motorcycle, they will take time. But if you convert this project, let me say, into a drone, the people at Jumia just put the things and then the things will arrive at your door at any time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. How has creative computing influenced your teaching methods?
I've been able to teach people on websites like WhatsApp, Zoom, and others. We can learn using things like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all.
Okay. How do you see creative computing impacting students?
I think students would really love to learn about these new innovative processes and learn more of coding, STEM, and others.
Thank you. So, it's the time that we've been waiting for. It's the time for interactive activity. So, feel free to give me questions from the audience. Yeah, I need questions to our panelists.
Thank you, Madam President. My name is Kainda Sadiq. I'm in Primary 7 from Makerere Church of Uganda Primary School. For me, what I wanted to ask is that man, may you please stand up and then we see you. Yes. Okay, Lynn. You brought an idea of saying that you would make a robot in human lives to help, not so? But have you considered human life first? Because if you make a robot and then you start making it to be the one working in Jumia, people will not have work going. In this world of struggle, people will not be having where to get money from, and then.
Thank you for your concern. In this case, it will be upon the person to go and learn how to make the robots, coding the robots, so that they get another job. Just imagine you are the one cleaning the toilets. So if they bring a robot that cleans the toilet, and then for you learn how to clean the robot instead of cleaning the toilet, which one is more disgusting? Cleaning the toilet or cleaning the robot? It is better you clean the robot, like you get to know which parts are functioning well. Yeah, instead of cleaning the toilet.
My question is for Timothy. If you go to YouTube, Instagram,
I mean, that's the reason why we have teachers here to give us guidance, so that we don't make mistakes and do the wrong coding.
This needs some cash, okay, like money, so that these people can learn, and some materials whereby you cannot tell me that someone from Karamoja is going to waste his money like going to study robotics, whereby he or she is not going to compete. Okay, like someone from Karamoja cannot compete with someone from Kampala, because we all know that according to the way of understanding, people in Kampala have the resources more than those in Karamoja. So if you talk of creating a robot to help the doctors, then where do you think these people who are less privileged are going to go? Thank you.
That's why we have these people who are sponsoring us, like they're sponsoring they are sponsoring us. They are giving us tools, money, like to spread this education to the places where those people cannot come to Kampala now, like Karamoja. So the money they will give to Teacher Solomon next, they will use it to go to those places like Karamoja, like those places that are, should I say broke? Yeah, they are broke. So they will use that money to teach those people. They will add us more tablets, yeah, and they will use them for helping those people to learn, and they will also get the opportunity. Thank you.
So I think the panel discussion is also open to teachers. The teacher.
My name is Taylor. I also have something to say about the robots helping the doctors. So, if the robots help the doctors in everything, so the doctors will become lazy and take their advantage. So, instead, we can program the robots to collect anti-venom because people have stopped making it because you have to get anti-venom from snake venom, and people are risking their lives getting it, so they have stopped making it. So instead of just helping the doctors with everything, why not just help them making anti-venom, because the robots won't get affected by the snake venom.
Thank you for your advice.
Thank you, the President. I'm Oiki Rashid, an IT teacher at Mbogomik Secondary School. I'm actually giving guidance in line to the other panelists on the use of robots. Well, robots, when you're working on it, it's a project. You are creating a project, and when we are creating project, we must know that projects are there to solve problems. Okay? Projects are there so as problems are solved. Now, as you develop or created robots, definitely there's going to be improved service delivery. If we can all go by what the Vice Chairperson said, a scientist or a developer develop softwares or apps that can be used to perform functions from wherever you could be. Now, can solve very many issues at the shortest possible time. I hope I'm clear. Okay, thank you.
For me, what I'm saying is that everything that is made has advantages and disadvantages. So if something is made and is bad to the community, you guys who are seated there, what would you do? That's my only question. Like, something is bad to the community and it is on the phone, on the laptops, PC, like that. What would you do?
I think what you would do for this problem is like solve the corrupted code since someone must have caused it, and if it is the creator themselves, or maybe there was a malfunction, or maybe the code is perfectly fine but it went wrong, then you can install like a shutdown switch.
I have a question. If Timothy, if the teachers are wrong, what will you do? If they give you false advice that they think is correct, who else do you ask for advice?
Even though the teachers are wrong, if we realize the mistake, we can correct the teacher or even learn from a fellow learner that has further developed.
I thank you for this opportunity. My question goes to the panelists who talked about animations. Excuse me, did the animations you made, did they have captions to favor the deaf? Were they translated to favor all languages? Did they have a manuscript so that they can even be sent to rural areas in manuals so that they can also learn the message in your animation? And how can you help that boy in ghetto make an animation? Can't you make them available on cheaper device, on cheaper phones?
Thank you very much for that question. So I think your concern is, do these animations favor the disabled, like the deaf, right? Do they have like maybe visual, all those caption text to like favor? Anyways, I was just giving an example of how you can gain skills or the miles that you can go when you do coding. Anyways, of course, yes, when someone is making such an animation, most of the time they favor them as technology keeps on going. And you've talked about those people in the ghetto or the slums. How are they going to benefit from this? That is why we have, as she said, we have sponsors that give money that help us go to and outreach different people. So, of course, in these outreaches, we won't go to the very, very expensive people who can afford. Of course, we'll go down there. If you follow the Creative Child page, you could see that we go down to the slum areas, go with these equipment like tablets and train these children. So of course, when you keep on going there and going there, the child will get interest. And you also know that we've come here, but we've not even paid anything. So all of these are programs. We go there and we don't ask them for money. So they will get interested by the fact that we don't even pay, and they'll want to learn more. So a kid in ghetto who is, if you keep on going there and outreaching, they'll gain their interest and they'll want to learn and they'll get people who help them. So it's through the outreaches.
Thank you. My name is Tobias Mugume from Green Hill. I would like to appreciate you for raising such a wonderful question. Just to add on her voice, perhaps that's one of the challenges that should have been highlighted by the panel when they were requested to describe some of the challenges that they've faced. Because the issue of inequality in such exploits is real, where you find some people don't even have access to gadgets, so how are you going to give them Octo Studio? Some people don't even have, those who have access to gadgets don't even have access to electricity. So how are they going to charge the devices that they're given? But it's interesting that's why we are all here. The life cycle for innovation doesn't end. You find a problem, then it's incumbent of us in this room to forge out a solution. If the issue is, what will those students in ghettos do? Now, it's incumbent of us in this room to brainstorm, what can we do for them? If the issue is persons with disability, some have sight defects, others have hearing defects. What tools can we have? We've seen people using transcribers, those ones that can't see. So can we have Octo Studio with such platform? So I must appreciate you for that, and also encourage all of us here that that's just the life cycle of innovation. You'll always find a problem, and you're supposed to think of how best to solve that problem. And even when you find another problem, you think creatively, how do I now solve that problem? Thank you.
Thank you very much for this chance. This goes to all the panel. I once read an article and it said that there will be a great world reset where the power will be diverted from humans to computers or robots. Is it true or
Yeah, thank you for that question. Now, may I think that the way we can solve that problem is like we get devices with stronger firewalls, because the reason why like these computers, they don't have, most of them don't have strong firewalls. That's why you always see viruses coming, those malwares, they always come and attack. But if you get like a device with a stronger firewall, that can prevent viruses or people from hacking it.
A good day to you all. My name is Salimo Rodford.
I think the way we can do it, like all of us have different talents. So I think we can just go like with the tablets and we teach the children. Most of them might be interested because most of them, you might not know, they might have a hidden talent. But most of those people don't have electronic devices like phones like to do that. So I think we can just sensitize the people about the opportunities and the way they can do.
To add on, you're saying that people in Karamoja may not be interested, but that's because they've not yet been exposed to this kind of artworks. So if they are exposed, they may get interested like I was.
First of all, robotics itself is interesting, and I think that's one of the reasons why you're here. And another thing, let me say, coding the tires to move, it is an achievement in life, because not everyone can do it. Yeah, that's it.
So I think that those people in Karamoja are not interested because they are less privileged and they also have no information about this.
Thank you, everyone. I'm getting some questions from people around here, but I think as innovator, you do something with the purpose of helping or causing something good. You're talking about making this, and you know there are challenges that will come after. So I am thinking, just like the way you build your house, you can't build your house and forget to put doors and windows and then buy your expensive gadgets and put there. Because you know, time T, either a stranger can come in and steal them, or any
organizers. Since Octostadia has sponsors, I believe most of the learners here have interest but do not have resources like Octostadia and gadgets like tablets. Should we expect donations to us?
Sorry, I didn't. I thought that question was channeled to the panelists. The president herself is there, so do you want to take that question? Okay, so for the schools that don't have lifelong learning opportunities, we pledge our support, and if you're here, just know your school was selected and we want to work strongly together. I cannot promise that we are going to make donations for the tablets, but we shall work with your schools to understand your needs, and we can engage with some of our partners to see if they can give you that support. Thank you.
Okay, so that marks the end of our question and answer discussion. And the last question is going to all our panelists, and it's design a classroom of the future. I'm going to introduce a short activity where you're supposed to describe or draw what your ideal future classroom would look like, incorporating creative computing tools. You're supposed to draw it. Okay, only one panelist should. Only one. Yeah. I already chose. In the meantime, let me be summarizing. So thank you to all the panelists who have participated. Yeah, and to all the questions. Yeah.
projectors for easy explanations instead of going to stories and other stuff. Each child has at least a gadget for easy surfing on the internet in case like they don't know an answer and they need to check it out. A power pit for easy placement of the books and textbooks that teachers use, and a conducive environment.
Yeah, to him. To him. Yes. Okay, that's the last one.
Excuse me. Some learners are from the village. They don't know the way they use those projectors, the way they use those laptops, the electricity. Like, what if electricity, like the wires, and then there comes a short circuit. Like the electricity burn the school like that. So that is my question. My question is, how are you going to make those people, how are you going to make those learners from the village love those things, to use them, and to know how to use them?
I'm sorry, but because of time, I have to close the panel discussion. Thank you so much for participating.